Good afternoon, guys. We're in St Andrews in Scotland for the AHDB Seed Industry event. We're part of the Next Generation. This is Merrin, this is Emily, and I'm Tom. Do you want to speak a little bit about what we've been looking at today?
So we've just been to the workshop for aphid and viruses, and they raised lots of key points. One of them was about the varietal resistance, so whether actually some varieties do have some resistance to aphid.
And also following on from that, there's the issues with active ingredients, whether what we've got is actually working well enough, especially with the resistance problems and application techniques as well. So it's quite a big area to explore.
And loss of actives, we're losing another key insecticide just recently, so it's more challenging problems for seed growers around the UK.
I think it's quite a resilient industry, and we're quite good at kind of picking up the pieces and moving forward. Yeah. We just seem to need to do that at a faster pace now.
Yeah. And I think research into it as well will help with that. So that research into the varieties and stuff like that will help with the development and keeping it a good industry.
Yeah. We're going to speak to some key industry advisors shortly and go from there. Hi, I'd like to introduce Alison and John. They're both going to talk about mature plant resistance in potatoes, and I'd like to hand over.
Hi, I work at the James Hutton Institute, and we're coming to the end of a 5-year research programme which has been funded by the BBSRC, and we've been looking at the effects of mature plant resistance on potato virus Y infection. So we've been carrying out a really large scale study looking at 4 different potato varieties, studying them at 4 different developmental stages and 4 different virus strains to try and find whether mature plant resistance, which is a phenomenon where physiological resistance occurs and virus infection becomes less problematic towards the end of the growing season, whether it's real, whether it holds up. And basically we found that the most important things are the cultivars you're growing and the virus strain. And unfortunately, mature plant resistance is not as effective against PVY-NTN and the modern recombinant viruses, which are actually more problematic in the UK now.
Can you build on that a little bit, John?
Yeah, I think I work at SASA, which is part of the Scottish Government, and we do all the crop inspections, so we collect data on the viruses that are out there, and I also we run aphid suction traps which are monitoring aphid activity throughout Scotland, and so I can model the changes in the levels of virus with the information that we have on the numbers of aphids that are flying. And with potato virus Y, we see that there is a strong correlation between changes in the levels of potato virus Y and aphid activity. But we only see that strong correlation if we include the aphid numbers that are present up to the end of July. If we were to stop it in the middle of July, then we don't get a stronger correlation. So in a way, that tells us that aphid transmission late in the season is actually really quite important in the transmission of PVY. And that's unfortunate because some of the suggestions that maybe people had felt in terms of mature plant resistance, that they could perhaps stop using aphicides and have more environmental benefits from lower chemical input, essentially that doesn't work out. You still need to keep controlling the aphids until the end of July, or basically until the potato crop is actually burned down.